morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. I am coming down from the ceiling as I'm saying that. You can probably see my shadow moving. I've lost my clicker, which I can sit here normally on my bottom and click it on and off, and I'm actually having to go up here and switch the camera on. And I do feel like that big black thing out of June that comes down from the ceiling, if you've watched it. Today's reading is going to be, how do they feel about you now? You've got three choices. Choice number 1 is the Olympic Blue. Choice number 2 is Sundown Doe. And choice number 3 is Manta Ray Dew. Just choose the card that basically grabs your attention. Stay down, you cards. Yeah, maybe you just like the colours, or maybe it has some meaning to you. But just choose the card and we'll see how we go. What I'm going to do today, which will basically confuse my poor son who's editing it, I'm just going to peel them out bit by bit and tell you what I'm thinking, and then we can pull it together like a jigsaw to see what they feel for you. I'll go through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, to make things clearer for you. So the first few cards I'm going to pull out is basically for them, you know, where they sit, what energy they're in, what they're looking for, what type of feeling can you get from them. So the first card is the Son of Air. So to me, that would be somebody who is talkative, inquisitive, curious, light-hearted, wants to know more, impatient possibly. Let's choose an astrology type card for them. See how that will change, because we're all basically little jigsaws, aren't we? The Psyche card. Okay, that's interesting. We're talking about communication, but perhaps I didn't say that word, but that's what I was thinking. Curiosity, inquisitiveness, I know I said that one. And you've got the Psyche card down here, which is a very soulful connection. It's almost like you read the other person. So I feel that your person is in a position where they feel that they know you. They feel a bit like the Two of Cups. There's a link between the pair of you, and it's almost like you don't have to say so much, you just feel it. It has a very Two of Cups feeling. But with the Son of Air there is going to be an element of curiosity, that they want to know more. There's you know, some people can feel it and think, oh, okay, well, that's just life, isn't it? And other people want to know more. So there's an element of searching in that as well, and knowing and searching. Let's have a look at your next few cards. With these darker cards at the top, there will be an element of progression from 1 to 3. The centre pile is the most important because that's the now. So let's have a look. And it's more internally, what are they feeling for you? Sometimes they can act and feel, which would be more the second row with the smaller cards. But this is like deep down inside themselves. What are their feelings? Initially, the Ten of Wands has got what I guess a hefty feeling for it, a feeling of responsibility, even that they're curious possibly. This is more the past, this is leading up to it, and we're on about the middle pile, which would be down here, which would be now. This will be a feeling of how can you get to this person possibly with the Ten of Wands. It's like having to jump over hurdles, or not being able to contact you, or being busy in their own life, or having responsibility. As I said, hurdles or something that they have to get over to get closer to you. So now this will be the one that's most important with regards to the inner feelings. The Lovers. The Lovers, the Lovers. It's almost like, what can you say about that? Because it's the Lovers. It's a feeling of duality in the Lovers. You know, the Gemini is a double sign. So there's that feeling of, the same as the Two of Cups. It's two people coming together that they can sense, that feel like one. It's got a romantic connotations with it, because it's not that often in life that we meet people like that, where we think, okay, I could spend the rest of my life with you, or when I'm with you, I feel different and it shakes me up in a way that I question everything else around me, you know, my feelings, my thoughts, what I've done with my life up until now. This has got almost a subdued feeling about it, of a knowing feeling, rather than a desperate, how does she or he think, you know, what do they think of me, or do I fit in here? This has got a sense of somebody that's not particularly nervous in front of you. It's got a sense of comfort. You know, that sort of, some people you talk to, let's just say this, you're in a situation and you see somebody who is, let's just say, got a nervous disposition as well to begin with. Let's make it worse. Let's hammer it up some more. You've got a nervous disposition, you tend to jump the gun a lot, and then you come across somebody who's incredibly attractive. You know, like, you don't see people like that very often, and you decided that you fancy them and they're coming towards you and they're about to talk to you. You could almost like be sick through nerves. But with this feeling here, some people could, of course, not me. The Lovers, I'm joking there. The Lovers card there is like, regardless of who it is and how they turn up, it's like, oh yeah, no, I know you, so it doesn't really matter. It's like your brother's best buddy being really attractive and it doesn't really count. It's like, I feel a sense of knowing there. So there's a sense of comfort in that. There's a sense of confirmation with this pile here. And there's a sense of love and attraction, basically. The Lovers card is so obvious, I suppose, that we forget to say the obvious, love and attraction. The Eight of Swords moving forward with regard to how do they feel. There may be something in the fact that the Lovers card has got two quite difficult cards. It's flanked by two difficult cards. It's almost like this inner knowing, this inner understanding, this sort of karmic feeling is almost in some way difficult to express. There is an element of responsibility. There's an element of possibly not being able to express their feelings or their words, feelings and words in this one here. Being tied in with regards to moving forward with the connection. So, but as I said, their feelings for you now are strong, genuine, and unusual with regards to how they possibly experience other people in their life. A real karmic pull towards you, but with, I guess, some sort of difficulties. Who knows with these difficulties? This could be shyness, but that wouldn't link with that knowing sign. These two signs here. And the Ten of Wands here could be just like outward responsibilities, like work or illness or, you know, time, lack of time. Let's have a look at their feelings mixed in a little bit with their actions, if that makes sense. So I get a bit more of an earthy feeling with this. You know, where are they in life? And how has that changed their feelings? And just a little bit more information. To me, I feel that heaviness may have something to do with the inability to get close to you. You may be separated at the moment. One of you may have walked away from the situation. You could have spent some time together and now be slightly, you know, just for normal reasons, be apart. And they haven't seen you for a while. So they feel that it may be difficult to restart this connection, even though there's obviously a lot of thinking, a lot of acknowledgement of how strong the connection is. Let's have a look under the centre pile. The Lovers card. Oh, my lovely. Oh, my lovely. You got the Star card and the Lovers card. See, I've gone a bit sort of like funny now. Because of this beautiful feeling here, Mercury is the planet that delivers all the lessons to our minds so that we understand it and integrate it inside ourselves. You know, your average badger, your average ant finds difficulty doing that. But you've also got that with the Psyche card. So to me, that is somebody who's taking information, taking perceptions, taking feelings inside themselves, and it's having a soulful impact, hence why I said the karmic link. To have the Star card there, basically to me, adds on to that with a feeling of it having a otherworldly connection feel, that sort of karmic link that we just discussed, and possibly projecting forwards in a hopeful manner that this could go somewhere. So with regards to what we've seen so far, their feelings for you are possibly unexpressed but intense and hopeful. And there's a sense of wondering and hoping or wishing, you know, that you could possibly meet again or see each other again or keep this relationship off again. Again, the same feeling, wanting to get things started in the future. So there's frustration here as well. There's like a need to move things forward. You've got the Star card there, which always projects forward. You've got the Ace of Pentacles that wants to begin something new in the real world. And you've got the Ten of Wands repeated here. To be honest, it feels like there's a difficulty, something I don't know, which is probably quite normal here. With regards to expressing the attraction, with regards to getting it to work in the real world. Maybe children, maybe marriage with the Justice card here in the Page of Wands. Maybe just beginning to get, it's like maybe equality. What would that mean? Again, just trapped in their own head. This feels like a bit of crushy pile, to be honest. This person feels as if they're having that, can't get this moving, haven't seen this person for quite a while, but I'm going to say by Lord or by I'm having every feeling possible in quite an intense manner. Let's put down some cards at the side. Let's pull these up. Why? This is more like the why pile to explain their feelings or the actions that are being taken or are not being taken. Knight of Swords. These are I love these cards, but they're really difficult to read because the writing is white and it goes into the white there. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is, and you've got the Son of Air there. This person possibly is berating themselves for being silly. You know, that this is like a logical feeling here, even though they've got what I guess is this inward knowing that possibly, how can you explain this? Let's just say somebody that you're attracted to isn't really interested in anything outside what's in front of their eyes. So they're feeling things that feel different, but they can't explain them to themselves. So what they do is they think, well, I know I'm feeling it, but that's unusual. Let's just see how things go. Logically, I've only spoken to this person a few times, or logically it's difficult because we've got things that, hurdles to get close, maybe distance here. So they're almost trying to explain away their feelings. It doesn't mean that their feelings aren't there because you've got Major Arcana in the now pile, and that was the question. But to have two air cards there, air cards are very much somebody who, when they're overly attracted to somebody, when they're having that crush, when they're thinking about it, maybe this has got a deeper reason, they would say, they'd make a joke of it, to be honest, I think. Depends on their personality. They'd push it aside and pretend it wasn't happening even though it's still inside them. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think of air people I know who have had this feeling. They ignore it slightly. And here you've got the Ace of Swords. That's, to me, is like a battering ram inside their head. The Ace, we're talking about air here and communication and knowing and sensing and trying to pull it all together, and me thinking this person's probably having very strong feelings but looking at them in a very logical manner towards you. And you've got the Ace of Swords. It's almost like it's piercing through these major arcana, saying, you know this person, you feel this person, it's very strong, wake up. So it's like chasing them around. It's like, as I said, it's like having a crush. To me, it's like a confusing way or a complicated way of somebody having a fantastically lovely, ginormous crush. And the Empress card at the end. The Empress card at the end could indicate, with regards to a slightly repressed feeling with regards to communicating, but a sense of knowing, and fantastic major arcana in the centre, a real sense of finding you very attractive, and getting the ball rolling is probably difficult with regards to the fact that it's crushy energy into ending the Empress. It's normally in their mind that you're turning up as this beautiful person that almost is, who they would have imagined would come into their life when they wanted love. Let's put a few more cards out here. Where they feel this is going, it's again, you've got the Empress card there, and the Empress card is a very feminine card of somebody that sits there and allows activities to come to them. They're quite beautiful, and basically possibly through some fantastic vortex action, whips love into their life because it is Venusian and she's just sat there here. And you've got here a feeling of being pushed out of an environment or a relationship in some way and having to take a different tack or a different situation. So this person, I feel, has a recognition of something that's going on between the pair of you, something quite juicy that's going on between the pair of you. There's a feeling here they're trying to look at it in a logical way, and what they're really doing is a slightly self-protective feeling here of, if I look at it logically, then it can take that feeling away that this person's special. And I don't know what this is, because this is more like what's going to happen in the future, which is less of feelings. And it's got attraction with having to do something different. So your last card may tell me. Oh, flipping heck's that? 5 of Swords, competition possibly. Competition of the people involved. So a slightly frustrating end to what I feel is a very magnetic attraction. This is what it feels like to me. There are some complications in here. Distance, other people, something like that. But I feel with regards to answering the question, how do they feel about you right now? They are right in the middle of what I guess is rolling around in crushy energy. They're trying to clarify their thoughts with logic, and I feel failing. There's a feeling of heaviness here, possibly through the inability to get close to you here, because you're starting off with this. When you've got a real feeling of finding you incredibly attractive, physically very attractive, but difficulty in getting things started, getting close to you. And it's almost like they talk their way out of it, thinking, well, okay, that's going to be difficult. So perhaps I imagine this bond. Perhaps I imagine this pull. So to summarise here, how do they feel about you now? Strong, magnetic, probably bigger than they have done. They feel stronger than they have done for many other relationships in their life, because you've got 2 major arcana here. There's a sense of awareness of what they're doing, but almost trying to put it down to voodoo, mesmeric voodoo. And what I think, how you'll interpret their feelings, the pair of you will interpret, is having to find some magic way to get close to each other that is going to start this, but it's almost like there's other people around watching, or there's difficulties to get close to you. People, relationships, competition even. But it's got that soulful link here. It's got that type of person that if they were writing poetry in the diary, you'd be in it. They're the type of spread here that somebody would bring it up when they were like falling asleep at a sleepover. Oh, what's so-and-so doing now? Hoping to get some more information. But definitely strong feelings, soulful, gentleness, kindness, wishful thinking, attraction, wanting to know more about you, wanting to get closer to you. And then thinking they're mad for thinking it. Thinking, well, oh my God, am I just going bonkers? Am I being childish? Am I, just having this like 14-year-old crushy energy? Okay, that's what I've got. I'm going to leave that there. I hope that gives some clarity in some way. Yeah, I'm going to leave you. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2. I'm going to go through this the same as I did with pile number 1, where I will actually tell you, sounds like it's going to be really great, isn't it? I will actually tell you the cards as I upturn them. It's a similar spread because it works for me, I feel. I feel like it's easier for me to pick out the information. Let's have a look at your person. How are they coming across? The Lover's card. So the Lover's card is the Lover's card. This is somebody who's possibly ready for love, somebody who at this very moment in their life, maybe, you know, continually has the ability to give love, is in a romantic state of mind, possibly has an element of, especially with this card, an element of passion about it. It may be part of their nature, or it may be just some sort of transits they're going through, but open for love is what I would say there. To put an astrology card on that, which changes it, and as I said in pile number 1, we're all jigsaws, aren't we, in some way? You've got Eros card here. Okay, this person has got the hots, to be honest, with these cards here. It's somebody who's excited by the thought of getting close to somebody. Eros will always have that passionate feeling about it because it is our creative energy, and oftentimes it rumbles at the base of our spine and makes us feel like, I don't know what words to say here without sounding stupid, like you want to be with somebody physically, let's just put it that way. Romantic and physical combined together, and there's always a sense of excitement with Eros. There's a, oh my lord, I don't feel like this very often. If I don't follow it, it's going to disappear. It's wanting immediacy, wanting to keep it moving. It's exciting. So let's go through the top spread. The top spread, how they feel about you now. The centre card, there'll be 3 cards, is the most important because there's an element of time with regards to how the cards go across the top. So more with a backdrop to their feelings. You've got here the Hangman. There's a period probably of waiting, watching, understanding, possibly with the Pisces Neptune feeling here. There's a sense of almost feel knowing. If you're Pisces, you understand what I'm saying there. It's I was going to say intuition, but intuitive. It's intuition that is felt through lack of action. It's like watching and knowing through vibration. That's best I can put that there. Pisces, I was going to say penis then. I was going to say Pisces or Venus. I know I said penis. I don't even want to say Venus. What's going on? Oh my gosh, just something as I'm saying that, talking about penises. We've got potholes that basically take the wheels off your car. My husband showed me yesterday, somewhere in Manchester a few years back, they would try and get the government, whoever, the council to come and fill the potholes in, because it does take, I've had my wheel taken off by a pothole, so they were drawing with white paint penises around the potholes. Anyway, let's keep moving. That would get the council moving. Let's have a look at the centre one. What are they feeling for you now? There's an element of what I guess is dreamy watching in the back there. Then you've got here a Magician card. Feelings aren't the first thing that come to mind when I see the Magician card. The Magician card is, what can I do with this? It's masculine. It's like somebody that, well, hey, I've got a plan of action and I think this is the way I'm going. Again, with this feeling here, it's almost like being overrun with the excitement. It's somebody who's attracted to you, and to be totally honest here, their thoughts from themselves on what can they do with it. It's like, well, that person's attractive. I've been watching them for a while. I'm ready. Here goes. I want to move with it. So it's not, Mercury isn't feelings. Mercury is excitement to do with attraction and wondering what the next step is. So there is more to this. So they may get some more feelings out of them. I mean, that's great. This is a great start. To have that is basically putting that into action. If you put this into a creative project rather than an attraction, what it would be is the initial stages of buying. You know, you decide you want to start running, or you want to start sailing or doing art, and what you start with is the buying section. You know, you're buying the pens in, and that is the exciting bit. That's what it is. It's like, well, what can I do with this? How can I turn up? You know, finding out information, trying to snoop a little bit after a bit of watching, and it feeling exciting. It's got a childlike feeling to it. It's got, children get excited, but it's all about them. And I love that feeling. I really like it in kids, and I think that's why I'm drawn to kids, is because they don't put any pretense on who they are. Yeah, okay. And here it is, the Ace of Cups. As it progresses, this person who is in the excited phase, their feelings for you now are just very excitable, turns into love and romance and the seed or the beginning of emotional growth, making it sound more mature for you here. But that's what it is. So I feel this person's had their eye on you for quite a while to start off with the Hangman here, and this is internally, and it's got what I guess is a lovey-dovey feeling of watching and you acting or turning up or looking in a way that they would say, yeah, I agree with that. And hence this feeling gets excited here. This and this, the centre pile for now, their feelings now are excitable. It's like, again, you know, sort of ride the wave. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I've got another dirty tale here and I will stop because I know it sidetracks. Watched June, went to the toilet afterwards. My sister, facing this man who's going to the toilet at the same time, said something like, God, wouldn't it be great to ride a worm? I'm thinking, why would you say that to that man? The poor little man just looked a bit shocked and kept walking. We just were hoping that he watched the same film. Anyway, excitable feeling, wanting to move with it, thinking that they can move with it. And for some reason, which we'll find about next, this person falls in love. I don't think they're in love. I think they're in lust at this point here now. It's like, what can they do? How exciting can this be? And then it turns into almost pulling on the emotions that they sensed in the first place and then actually feeling them. Right. Sorry, I've sidetracked on two very childish topics. You feel very welcome to write in the comments section, aren't you a bit old for speaking like that? And the answer is yes, and I apologise. There's no need for that. I feel shame. Not really. Right, let's go. Their feelings for you. This is feelings almost, let me put some more out here, intermingled with what I guess is action. You know, as time develops and what we do with it can change the way that we feel, whether we don't do anything with it and the feelings over time die down, or whether there's something pings off in between, you know, their feelings and then it amps up, we don't know. The Hangman card at the beginning has got a feeling of a very sort of, their perceptions are pulled inwards and almost, I want to say crucified then to make it more dramatic, because you've got the Hermit card, which has a religious connotations to me, or spiritual connotations at least, and you've got here the sort of, that inward looking is somehow blocked. It's almost like they watched for a while and thought, I'm not going to have a chance, or this isn't possible, or I don't think I can do it. And with the Justice card, which is Venusian, so I can talk about Venus without P, it has a sense of possibly at the moment you are experiencing some contact, because Venus often is that Libra feeling of companionship or sharing yourself with somebody, and that may have pinged off the excitement. Maybe you've emailed, maybe you're in work together, maybe you've just rubbed alongside each other, I don't know, in life or a corridor. But this has got a feeling of things are revving up, and this person's feelings for you at the moment are very heightened. As you're moving onwards to try and intermingle these cards with the top cards, you've got it slowing down and becoming more grounded. This isn't grounded, you know, his feet aren't actually literally on the ground. This isn't particularly grounded, but it's excited. It's what can I do? What can I make of this situation? And a connection possibly happening at the moment and it feeling good, and hence these feelings start amping up. To me, as I said, this has got a lusty feeling to it, but it's followed by love, which slowly simmers. It's like it grows slowly. So this isn't so much now, but to me, this has got potential. And as you're moving forward, how will you both perceive this connection and the feelings? You've got the Judgment card in the centre, clamped in between two very positive, I guess, expressive and movement cards. The sort of wishful thinking, things, basically you possibly couldn't imagine coming true with the Nine of Cups, emotional feelings. And you've got the Ace of Pentacles of grounding it in between the Judgment, which is this change that's happening at the moment. So I feel that whatever's going on between at the moment is like a fulcrum in some way that's going to almost like the seesaw is up and you're trying to walk up it in some way or move up, and then it tips and everything goes in a more flowing way. So I feel this is positive. Let's have a look let me find some cards. The pile underneath is more about a why question. You know, why are there feelings like this? Where I intermingle both the more internal feelings with the action and feelings together here. The Nine of Pentacles. Practicalities. It's lacking practicalities at the beginning. It's inward. It can be a bit sort of... I've got more dirty words in my mind. What's the matter with me today? I think I need to go out for a walk. I'm saying self here, and I can't think of the word. And I'm thinking a word is, and it doesn't. I think it's a word. It's like appropriation, reprobation. I think it went a bit wrong in the last one. It's like turning yourself off. Let's put it that way. With the Hermit card and the Eight of Swords here, it's like watching and waiting and think, well, this isn't real. He or she's thinking this isn't real, so I'm not going to try and move forward with it possibly in the past. And now it's like, well, game on. We've got the connection. This is exciting. I've got what I guess humdingly strong feelings towards them. And then there's a pleasure in seeing it actually be grounded later on. I feel this person needs it to be real, if you know what I mean. They don't like it too much in their head for too long, because it doesn't make sense to them. And you've got here, what the bloody hell's that? It's an Ace of Pentacles. The writing's tiny on here, and it disappears into the picture. They're fantastic cards though. So the Ace of Pentacles, as I've just been saying, it makes it real. The Magician card, he's got all these skills up his sleeve to get things moving. This may be somebody who's got lusty feelings for you, who's actually in a very fantastic way manipulated circumstances to be able to see you. And that can often be in a very sort of obvious way, where they just stroll up and talk to you. They make sure they're in the right place at the right time. Or as in some sort of sneaky way found their way into your friendship group, and who has got a crush on you and knows how to move forward with it. And they're actually getting what they want. So this person's quite kind. I quite like it. Their feelings for you are strong enough to be able to move their lifestyle or where they're going to include you and make sure, difficult way to put that, and in fact that's just a generally crap way to put it. Basically, they're moving towards you in a way that is intentional, and they're shifting reality around them to make sure that it works, and they're happy with what they get. So this is positive and moving forward. You've got here the Two of Swords at the bottom of here. Why? Happiness with regards to feeling emotionally fulfilled with the movement that they've made. So you've got that replicated here, and the change in the centre pile of being able to attach to you, to communicate with you, to express themselves with you, and for it to feel like it's equal. I don't mean equal attraction there. I don't think they're quite as assured of what you feel about them. As I said, they're more into themselves. You'd have the Two of Cups there otherwise. But the Two of Swords here, I need another card at the end to be able to read that. The Hierophant card at the end. To me, that is measured. And the Two of Swords is, it is what it is. I don't know what that means, to be honest. To have this journey of excitement and making it reality, and somebody getting what they want through attraction, them coming towards you, and then it just feeling almost like a full stop. The Hierophant card, and you've even got the hands here, almost envelopes what they've got there, and it's like self-satisfied. The Two of Swords, it blocks it. You've come as far as you needed to come. You've manifested it. You've connected. And it's moved forward. The Ace of Pentacles in the real world. You've got what you wanted. You were wishing it. The Nine of Pentacles. Here it is. Here's the change, and you're happy. So, what I've got here, how do they feel for you right now? Sorry, I'm going to talk about them first. They're really happy with what they're doing. They're really happy with how far they come and how it's becoming real. What they feel for you is lust, attraction, excitement, recognition of, I guess, with the Justice card there, a similarity between the pair of you. But this has got a lovely selfish feeling for this person is really pleased with themselves. They get what they want out of the relationship. They start to fall in love with you, which I feel is coming more in the future, which is nice. And it begins to feel real. So their feelings about you turns into them like, oh, hey, look what I've done. But feelings are... Do you know which is really funny? Looking for feelings here, so I'm looking for cup cards. And all you've got here is excitement and lust and fever. Fever at the beginning. This is very much in that initial crush stage, you know, when it's all about the excitement of it. And it simmers down into a bit more, equality, a bit more give and take, and a bit more recognition of love in the future. So that's what I've got. Not straightforward, but to me there's a whole progression in here of somebody that's trying so hard to get to know you better, thinks they can do it, really happy with how they've advanced towards you, and then genuinely settles into falling in love with you. It's a settled feeling here. It's like you get what you want. It's Mr. Darcy striving through the fields towards you here, or Mrs. Darcy. You know, it's the end scene when you've gone through all this sort of wanting, and then really pleased that it actually comes together. So that's the best I've got. I hope that helps. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Pile number 2. Thank you very much for joining me. Hi there, pile number 1. What I'm doing today, it's just a bit wild, not really. I'm delivering the cards bit by bit and telling you what I see as it comes out. And then we would just basically pull the jigsaw together at the end. Yeah, let's find out. How do they feel about you? Let's see how they're coming across. Son of Air, we've had this one already, and I'm going to say the same things again. The Son of Air is somebody that moves quite quickly, somebody who needs to be mentally stimulated, somebody who's possibly quite curious, inquisitive, likes to communicate. I missed that out in the first time, but that is definitely it. Let's put an astrology card, which will add a different layer to it. You've got the Sun card there, so there may be some openness, some warmth with regards to how they communicate with you. This person likes to talk to you, and I feel that there's probably an element of excitement when they're talking. You know, it's like you hit it off, and you know when you're talking to somebody, it just feels good. That's what that feels like. This person enjoys connecting with you or wants to know more about you, has what I guess is the ability to express themselves and their affection for you in a way that makes you feel good. So let's have a look at their feelings for you. We're talking mainly about their feelings now. So the centre pile is the most important because there's a progression from past to, I guess, a little bit more in the future. The first pile with regards to feelings, you've got the lovely Two of Cups. I always say, and I feel like I bore people with this, but the Two of Cups is my favourite card with regards to love readings, because to me, I can't explain what it is. It's that feeling of being settled in the attraction. There's no like desperation to see whether the other one adores you more than you adore them. It's just known. Oftentimes the Two of Cups, especially in the Rider-Waite, the two people looking at each other are very similar. It's almost like they just put different clothes and a different hairstyle. So there will be something very similar with regards to your vibration, and what you're giving out will be reciprocated, if you know what I mean. Their feelings for you will be the same as your feelings for them. You share a lot. And the little line at the top, to me, the line is going, I don't know this, to be honest, but to me, I would guess the line is the heart. So it's going to represent love in its grandest sense, and the wings are basically a more spiritual sense to that. To me, and it gives it that karmic feeling. It's coming back into this lifetime, possibly somebody you felt love for before. This will be how they will be translating it, but probably not knowing what they're thinking. Meeting somebody who feels very similar, you feel very at ease with, how it will be translated into the real world, but having an unusual effect on you. Because it feels like, well, how do I know them so well? And why are they so easy to talk to, so easy to communicate with? Why do I feel this warmth towards them? This won't be hidden in any way. You will sense this. And you will feel it back. As I said, it's the Two of Cups. Let's see the centre pile. The Nine of Pentacles. How do they feel for you now? I'm going to be really honest here. The Nine of Pentacles, to me, is a bit of a granny card to have after that one. It's a bit like settled and having a cup of tea in the garden, you know, with the flowers around you, which to me is a little bit sitting in it, happy, but to me it's lack of action there. It's sitting on your heels or your haunches or whatever it's called, which to me doesn't fit in with the rest of these cards here. I'm going to add on more to try and find out more, which will probably bring more of a story out in it. But with regards to their feelings now, I feel that they're not feeling complacent, but they're being complacent, as in they're not moving. This doesn't suggest movement. This suggests security. And this doesn't suggest security. This suggests the beginning of romance. And warmth and expression and excitement and love and recognition. And that suggests somebody this may make more sense to you than me, somebody who's settled into status quo. But as I always say with this card, because it's one of those things that always stick in my mind, this bird here, the wings on here are hidden. You know, he's got blinkers on, so there's something missing from this person's feeling that they are complete or happy in the situation they're in, because I would guess they're not. Does that mean anything to you? Sundown Doe. The Hanged Man again has that. Okay, this is somebody who's got feelings for you that are excitable and that you would think they'd want to follow and they'd want to move with it. And what you've got is cards that follow with regards to feelings. They're almost like, I don't understand this because this is not my nature. I can just sit on that. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Well, I could do, but I didn't. That wasn't the first thought. It's stayed, it's steady, it's contemplating, it's sitting in a situation possibly that they can't move from. So I guess there's a reason here why they can't move, or they've told themselves that reason, but the recognition of the attraction is there already. So their feelings for you, from what I've got so far, are hidden, are compressed, shoved down and kidding themselves a little bit. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't to me. Let's keep moving anyway. So let's find out more. This is more like a movement with regards to actions and attraction, or actions and feelings together. You've got here feelings of family maybe, and completion, materialistic completion, which can be marriage, which can be business, which can be homes and finances, accumulation of experiences in some way in the real world. And you've got this sneaky sort of affair feeling with the Two of Cups, or taking a different tack, or doing something unexpected. You've got here stability. I feel that this power will probably click in with one or two people and it will feel correct, and the rest will be like, well, I don't really know about that. That's not really me. The stability here, if I mix that, but hopefully you'll see why I'm saying it here. The 4 is stability. It's action. There's no movement. It's like happiness. It's like celebration with regards to some sort of, not upheaval, but movement towards the centre pile. The attraction's felt there, but to me it's like somebody's already established in the world in a way that may be difficult to connect, is probably what I'm thinking here. And unless they make some sideways action, some shifty sort of move, They're not going to crack through what I guess is a very steady existence that doesn't include the ability to nip in sideways. Yeah, I don't know, but that's what I would have from those cards. Moving forward, oh my gosh. Moving forward, you've got almost like a romantic attraction playoff. It's like, what are you going to do about it type feeling. It's like you both know where you sit. It's reflecting the Two of Cups here. As I said, the similarity of the two people in the Two of Cups. Here you are, but it's more of a in-your-face pile. So to me, it's saying the Hangman, there may be a lack of action in this, but you were asking about their feelings. Their feelings have got to be strong to start like this. And it's got an innocence about it. This isn't somebody who's playing, but somebody who's restricted and trying to find alternative ways towards you, but not wanting to rock the boat. So maybe here there's an element of, I'm going to say cowardice. Cowardice. And that's a harsh word for it, but it's like a guts. It's the same thing. It's somebody who's not doing something that they feel they want to do because of some stability that they've already established. As I said, it may click with some and not others. Let's find out the why here. Then we will summarise what they feel for you now, even though it does feel like there's a soul story going behind it. I need to know before I can summarise it. The wheel here underneath, to me the wheel is the middle of the major arcana, so it's going to be somebody that stops and sees. Attraction, it's here. They stop, they understand it, but they possibly understand their position. What they would say is the inability, but it's not inability, it's just acceptance. And now we're looking at their feelings here, the Ten of Cups. This makes me feel a little bit like, you've got the Ten of Cups here. You've got, as I said, like a karmic feeling of knowing here. From here as well, the warmth and the curiosity and the knowledge and the understanding, the ability to communicate. You've got here somebody, this feels like somebody who knows that you're the one, but that doesn't do anything about it or can't do something about it. And it feels like in the future you almost sit in that knowing, it just never goes away. Because the Ten of Cups to me is that, we said like accumulation of materialistic reality. As I said, like a job or a position or finances or marriage. The Ten of Cups is an accumulation of an emotional, not position, but an emotional accumulation. It gives it that karmic feeling, and there's like a bit of an impasse here. I used to say impasse because it sounded posher. That's what I thought it was. The Three of what? Oh, good. The Three of Swords. Maybe three people in a relationship. Sorry, it isn't Three of Swords. It's not. It's Three of Cups. That could be three people in a relationship because of the way the rest of the pile fell. Let me put another card over it. Emotions that are hidden. Let's put these cards out here. The cards at the side were meant to be, what will you actually see? It's like attraction, it's sharing, it's love, it's beauty, it's, like when you fall in love with somebody and it goes both ways and it feels beautiful, and you both have the ability, which is reflected in here with the communication and the openness, to be able to share. But there's also an element of everything being kept in its place, which you're seeing here with the accumulation of the tens and those bits we've talked about already. So I feel there's something sticky in here, some sticky wicket here, which this person would like to jump over to get to you, but to be honest, hasn't got the ability to shake up life like some may have. I don't know about that last line, but possibly. Let me put the last card on, which is how you will both perceive this connection, which isn't going to answer the question. Seven of Cup options. So what I've got here, and then I will answer the question, how do they feel about you now? It feels to me like there's a connection here which has started and really kicked off in a way that's made both of you very excited. There may be a difficulty in reality, in the real world, to get closer to each other. This person dreams about doing something, what I guess is knocking on your door at night and letting themselves in, whatever that is, if you know what I mean there. But I certainly don't know what I mean. But I feel with regards to the cards surrounding it, that they're not likely to do that. It's going to be a bit of a dream that they have. There's a feeling here that this connection carries on in the same way of knowing that there's something going on between the pair of you. The attraction, the emotions are felt both ways. There feels like there's kindness in here, but it almost slips underneath the surface a little bit. Not that it disappears, but you keep it between the pair of you without airing it to anybody else. Again, that type of energy, unless it's expressed, if there's more, you possibly need more pentacle cards, it can turn into very, and I've said this in each pile, but in a different way, because yours is at the end, it can turn into more crushy energy because it becomes amped up through lack of physical expression. We've all experienced that. Then you've got here the Three of Cups and the High Priestess. It's adding to that Cups feeling. It's that excitement. It's still communicating. It's socialising. But the High Priestess, it all goes hidden. And you may, in like a month's time, 2 months' time, look back and think, well, the options were there, but they didn't take them. So their feelings for you, I think, are to how they will perceive them as intriguing, wanting to understand why the connection feels so strong, possibly trying to organise, but not really how to make this work, fantasising about being your backdoor man or backdoor woman. That sort of sneaky appearing. And it having what I guess is sort of lusty ending. I feel as well with these cards here, replicating these cards here, even though a little bit more mature down the pile, I feel that this relationship has got a lot of love to offer each other, and it's like you almost function alongside each other, knowing what's going on, but not saying anything. And I don't know how to say this, but the Seven of Cups at the end, how you both perceive it as it could almost be the one that got away with the Seven of Cups, because you're thinking options with the Seven of Cups to do with love. And it being the beautiful one, that lady who was that man that was gorgeous, it's that feeling. If they were talking to grandkids or to other boyfriends or girlfriends, you'd be like, my gosh, that was the one. There was something between us and it felt so hot and I couldn't move, and it wasn't, we just got so close to each other. We both felt it and it was so steamy, and it may even be, but that could be another spread. That could be another spread. Where would it lead after that? So pile number 3, that's what I've got. I hope they make more sense to you than they do to me. I just tend to read what's there. And if I peel through it and I tell you about the cards, I feel that I can wing myself out of like, what on earth was that? I feel that I tell you what I can say, and hopefully, and as I always say, it's like overhearing a conversation at the bus stop about a similar situation. You know where your life fits in it and where it doesn't, but it can also open you up to possibilities, a different mindset possibly. It's just an alternative viewpoint, isn't it? And you know where it fits in with you, and you take the best bits from it and then ignore the bad bits. That's what I do. I think I do that anyway. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a nice weekend, or whenever this gets to you. Week. Just have some nice days. Bye.